Greetings, respected viewers. I'm George from Ireland. Now, if you're very up on finance, you might recognize that building behind me. That is the Bank of England, or the Old Lady of Threadneedle Street, as it's colloquially known, because indeed we are on Threadneedle Street. So the Bank of England was founded in 1694 here in London, not on this exact site. It's only been on this current site since 1734. It was founded because the government at the time had really needed to rebuild the Royal Navy. People in this country, they often talk up the Royal Navy's victories and they learn those ones. They seldom study its defeats, which are just as instructive. Battle of Beachy Head, the French had sent many English warships to Davy Jones's locker. So William III's government really needed to reconstruct the fleet, and they were stony broke. And anyway, though the bank was set up partly to sort that out, privately owned shareholders. William Paterson, a Scotsman, had proposed establishing such a bank 3 years previously, but only in 1694 was his proposal gone with. Many in North Britain likes to emphasise that South Britain's bank was founded by a Scot. So it's got no windows on the ground floor. Now, why do you think that might be? It's a bank. They don't want to make it too easy to get in. Remember, the Romanian central bank is similar in that regard. So there's an expression, as safe as the Bank of England, right? Things are not as safe as houses. They know it's just never ever going to fall. Now, beneath the floor, there are a couple of kilometres of tunnels, gold vaults, containing the gold of the United Kingdom and indeed that of many other countries. So it requires keys 3 feet long to open the door. And there are vaults inside vaults, and keys to get in through the door, and blah blah blah. So it's exceedingly secure. Anyway, get digging. That would be my get-rich-quick plan. And what else about that? There is indeed a Bank of England museum. Sorry, you can't get down into the gold vaults. And sometimes when notes are being withdrawn from the circulation, they were taken there to be burnt. But it was your job to destroy them. Wouldn't you be a little bit tempted just to stuff a few of them in your smalls and smuggle them out? The Great Train Robbery, was a little bit about that principle, when notes was being withdrawn from circulation, taken down on the overnight mail train from Glasgow to London to be burnt down here. So we get a little bit closer to see more of the Bank of England. Look up high. Who's that female figure? What's she holding? Right at the top of the triangle. Well, might have to go and zoom in sometime. So there's several doors in, there's security guards all around there. But anyway, so it's not called the Bank of the United Kingdom, though it ought to be, because it does function for the whole of the United Kingdom. So banknotes for England and Wales say Bank of England on them. They don't say Bank of Wales or England and Wales. And these banknotes, they are good also in Northern Ireland and Scotland. Now, there are 7 other banks in the United Kingdom which are legally entitled to issue banknotes. And those are like the Bank of Scotland, the Royal Bank of Scotland, Clydesdale Bank. There might be another one in North Britain. And in West Britain, there is Ulster Bank. And I think, is it the Bank of Ireland? And I can't remember the other one. But obviously Bank of Ireland exists in the Republic of Ireland as well as Northern Ireland. But confusingly, a banknote which says Bank of Ireland is only legal tender in the United Kingdom, not in the Republic of Ireland, because of course in the Irish Republic we use the euro. Anyway, what else about the Bank of England? So obviously it sets the interest rate, and in order to have a banking license in the United Kingdom, you must deposit a certain amount of money in there, and then that's the interest rate you're going to be paid. That's why it matters so much. So the governor is Mark Carney. He's a Canadian. He's the first person from British North America to be governor of the Bank of England, and he's about to retire. When in January, having served for about 10 years, the speculation is feverish as to who his replacement shall be, and they say that it'll be a woman of Egyptian origins. I forget her name, forgive me. But that's that. Theresa May used to work in the Bank of England as an economist, but don't let that put you off. So she did a geography degree. I'm not quite sure how she managed to pass herself off as an economist. But then you can see below the lamppost over there, if you're looking up high, my finger is... well, I can't really get my finger under it, sorry. Okay, directly above my... okay, I'm blocking it out. Okay, I can't get my finger under it. That's that flag, as it were, but it's white with a red cross on it, and then in the top right-hand corner a red sword, and that's the symbol of the City of London. So in the City of London, which is the financial district of London, okay, not just London as in, oh well, anything here is London. You say the City of London, you're talking about the financial district, which is the area around the Bank of England, St Paul's Cathedral, the square mile, as they sometimes call it. Now, the guards, as in those regiments of the British Army with the red tunics and the black bearskin hats whom you see stomping their jack boots outside at Buckingham Palace, they used to march here every night to guard it until 1970, and then that duty was scrapped. In fact, they felt it served no further purpose. Of course, most banking is online these days and not physical. Anything else I should tell you about the Bank of England? Well, I suppose I'm not sure. It was owned by shareholders until 1946. So then after the Second World War, it was nationalised. So that's it, a very fine and handsome bank, and its model has been emulated by numerous national banks all across the globe. Okay, so this is the City of London, crucial area, really a nexus for international financial transactions, outstripped only by New York as a centre for global finance. And that's why the Royal Exchange back here is not really an exchange anymore, but there are lots of very shishi shops in there and eateries. Okay, so we got the Duke of Wellington. I'll show you his statue in a minute. And of course, finance played a greater role in his victory than you might realise, because he had to, equip, arm, and pay an army. And how are you going to do that in an era when international finance was in its infancy? Really, the Rothschilds, they were critical to his victory because they could arrange for him to get enough gold, and gold was universally accepted, particularly as fighting in places like Portugal and Spain. And that was more important in his victory than is widely realised now. So there he is, the Duke of Wellington, popular figure. We're quite close to Mansion House. Yonder is Mansion House, that Palladian building with the Corinthian columns out the front. That is the residence of the Lord Mayor of London. Remember, Lord Mayor is an honorary position, it's not a political post, and he or she serves for 1 year only. Now that's the term. You could be re-elected, and in the old days some people will serve for several years. However, since the 19th century, the custom's been to serve for a single term and not to seek re-election. So they don't do it on a party basis. They're not there as a Labour person or a Conservative or whatever. They do it on an apolitical basis. It's largely a symbolic role, and the Lord Mayor's show is coming up. The old Lord Mayor is about to step down. You can see that's why they put up the terraces there, that sort of balcony, because there's a Lord Mayor's show, which is a parade. The army marches as a horse-drawn carriage for the Lord Mayor and his ceremonial regalia to go there. Remember, one of my pupils quite a few years ago, her father was Lord Mayor and she got to go in that carriage. So it's a fantastic spectacle, early in November, first weekend of November. See it if you can, if you ever happen to be in London around this time. So Dick Whittington was famously Lord Mayor of London. So Lord Mayor of London is different from Mayor of London. The Mayor of London is a political position, is elected by the people, and is done on a party basis, either Labour or Conservative. Sadiq Khan, Labour man, is the Mayor of London, whereas Boris Johnson, Conservative, was his predecessor. Now he's PM. Whereas Lord Mayor of London is different, is only elected by the livery companies. I shan't tell you what they are, it's too complicated. Anyway, that's enough of the Bank of England. You can walk around its whole circumference. Okay, I'll switch it off now.